Hey guys, Sutanra here, and today we're going to be starting a new video series on my channel about how to become a Twitch streamer and how to become a better Twitch streamer. For episode 1, we're going to start off going over software and hardware that you're definitely going to need to get started on Twitch. Okay, so to start our list off, we're going to start with OBS. OBS is a broadcasting software that you can use to broadcast your content to Twitch. Another option is XSplit. XSplit is free like OBS, but only up to a certain point. After a while, you have to start paying money in order to get a lot of the features that you can get for free on OBS. Okay, so the next piece of software on our list is going to be the RePlugins. These plugins are going to give you a compressor, a noise gate, and an EQ, and a bunch of other plugins as well. Now, most of these plugins are going to come in OBS standard or stock, but these ones are going to do the job just a little bit better to give you more professional sounding audio. Okay, so another piece of software that you can look into getting if you're going to be streaming to Twitch using OBS is, or in either of the broadcasting softwares, is Voicemeeter Banana. Voicemeeter Banana, what it is, it's a virtual audio mixer. So you can have your microphone connected to it, your voice comms, so like Discord, Skype, Twitch, with what used to be Curse Voice. I don't know what the hell they call it anymore, but you can have those things coming in to it, and then you can have it output through one device, and you can have it put into one output, and then you can modify things, all of the separate devices inside a Voicemeeter to make it more and easier to manage. So Voicemeeter will make it easier to manage these audio devices. And another really cool thing that you can do is you can mute certain things to yourself and have it go to the stream still, or you can have certain things play to you and not play to the stream. So say if you want music to be on your stream, but you're a really competitive gamer and you don't want to hear it because it messes with your concentration, then you can mute that output so that you don't have to hear it and just give it to your stream. So you can still provide the sound, but not have to deal with it yourself. Now, I've done another video, and I'll link that in the description, or I'll put a thumbnail up or something with it about how you can do that. And my method is without using Voicemeeter. Okay, so the next piece of software we're going to look at downloading is the Streamlabs Stream Labels. And what this is going to do is it's going to give you access to putting your latest followers, latest subscribers on your stream in OBS, and it's going to give you access to you can see when someone subscribes, someone follows, someone donates, and it's going to give you the information like how long, and if you have the messages turned on for your donations, it'll tell you the message that they send with the donation. And it's a very useful piece of software, and I don't think that you can really stream without it. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is your internet. Your internet is incredibly important when live streaming to Twitch or any of the live streaming platforms, because you're limited by how much you can upload at a time. So you want to have an upload rate of about 10 megabits per second. I know I personally have 7.5 megabits per second, and it works really well. And I can stream at most good resolutions and whatnot, but it's definitely something that you want to look into. Make sure that you have something above, at the very least, 5. Okay, and the next thing we're going to talk about is microphones. Now you have quite a few options when it comes to the microphones. You can use your standard gaming headset, and you can use some of the audio plugins and whatnot, and you can create quite a professional sounding stream with just Voicemeeter and a couple of headsets. I know for the other stream that I do, we use a couple of Razer Krakens and Voicemeeter. Anyway, so you can use the gaming headsets, or you can use a dynamic microphone like what you see on there on the screen. And what the dynamic microphone is going to do is, it's exactly what I'm using now, is you have to be kind of right up on it, and it's going to give you more of a consolidated sound. It's not going to pick up a lot of ambient noise. You're not going to have to do as much processing with it on for the stream, so you're not going to really have to use too much of like noise reductions or noise gates really. But the only problem with using a dynamic microphone or any of the more professional sounding microphones is you have to get an audio interface to go with it. So for that, I've pulled up the one that I have, which is the Focusrite Scarlett Solo 2nd generation, and it's just a USB audio interface. Costs $100. It works really, really well. It's super compact, super, out of the way, so I hardly ever notice that it's even there, and it's a great buy. But if you're going for the professional sound and you want to get something like a dynamic microphone or a condenser microphone, which is going to be your other options, then you're going to need that interface. But moving on, another option you have with the the condenser microphones is a lot of them come in a USB form. So like the Blue Yeti comes as a USB microphone or a XLR microphone, and then you have the Blue Snowball, which comes as a USB microphone, and of course you have the Razer Siren, which comes as a USB or an XLR microphone. Okay, and just to show you guys an example of the dynamic microphone like I'm using now versus a condenser mic, I'm going to get up and go over to my condenser microphone, which is over here, and I'm going to speak into it, and I'm going to show you the differences between the two mics. Okay, so this is the sound of my condenser, my AT2020 Audio-Technica microphone. This is a condenser microphone, so it picks up more of your vocal habits, more of your character, more of, just a larger variety of details in how you speak and whatnot. But generally with a microphone like this, it's going to pick up a lot of ambient noise, and you have to use a variety of like noise suppressions, noise gates, and a multitude of things to get the sound that you're going for. So personally, I really like the dynamic microphones because they're a lot easier to manage, but that's just a fault on me for being lazy. But moving on. Plus, I really do like the sound of the dynamic microphones. I really like the sound of the condenser microphones, but mostly I use that for recording, music audio, like, vocals and such. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about are the webcams. So you have an option of the Logitech C920, which is what I use, as well as the Logitech C922 and the Razer Stargazer. Any webcam will really work, but these are the highest quality webcams that are on the market, the best for what you're doing, or the best for streaming in general. So the C920 is the most common webcam out there for streaming. The C922 was released, I think, last year, and it's the same webcam, just a little bit stronger. It can do 720p, 60 FPS, and 1080p, 30 FPS, whereas the C920 can only do 720p, 30 FPS, and 1080p, 30 FPS. So the other option is the Stargazer, which is just like the C922, except for it's made by Razer, which can do 720p, 60 FPS, and 1080p, 30 FPS, and they both have a dynamic background switcher, which kind of gives you a green screen effect without actually having to put forth the money to build yourself a green screen. Okay, so the next thing on the list is going to be a headset. Now, I know that we talked about using dynamic microphones or condenser microphones, and we did go over using a headset microphone, but I'm talking about just a headset for sound. Because if you're using a dynamic or condenser mic, and you don't want the audio coming out of your speakers to be picked up by the mic, you're going to need to have, a headset or earbuds. Standard people typically will have a headset. I've seen a lot of pro gamers use earbuds, but they're not exactly going for a high quality stream. They're going for a watch me because I'm good kind of stream. Now, for headsets, I highly recommend the HyperX Cloud gaming headsets. They come with a really good mic, so that's a really viable option for a microphone as well as a headset. Plus, they're a leather ear cups or whatever you call them, and they are super comfortable. And if you're going to be streaming for long periods of time, then you want to definitely have some really comfortable headphones that you can just kind of sit here and never know that they're really on. Things that don't the headsets don't really get hot or get uncomfortable. Just really comfy headphones that you can just be in more or less all day. Okay, so a not very important, kind of optional bit of this is going to be lighting. Now, this is going to affect your camera performance. So if you look at my camera, it's actually operating fairly decent, but on a 1080p screen, it's going to have a lot more jitters because of the fact that my room is not well lit. So one of the things that I highly recommend is investing in some studio lighting or into a couple of those lamps and turning them into more or less studio lights with some like foil tape and some white pieces of cloth to make it more of a soft light. And so you can see like what I have here. I have a lot of those around my room because my studio for my other stream is actually right behind me. So what those lights do is they give you more lighting, but they make it less harsh. And so if you want your camera to operate at 1080p and you want it to operate well, you're going to need a lot of lighting, or a decent position lighting will also work wonders as well. But it's just something I highly recommend. Studio lights are going to be the best because they're going to give you more light and they're going to give you the right kind of light, because you want that white soft light and you don't want this orange light that I get from using a desk lamp. Alright guys, and that's going to do it for the first video of this series. We went over all of the hardware and software that you're going to need to get started on Twitch, and in the following videos we're going to go over how to set it up and how to use it effectively, and other things that you might be able to use in order to make your stream much more appealing to viewers. So thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, give it a like. If you didn't like it, give it a dislike. And if you have any feedback for me as far as the video production goes, go ahead and leave that in the comment section below. If this video helped you out, feel free to tell me in the comment section below. And all of the software and hardware that I have mentioned in this video will be linked in the video description below. So thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.